Hello, my friend. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Hanging in there.
Nice, that's good.
Yeah. Tell me, what's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Bruno. I'm from Brazil.
Brazil. Excellent, excellent. And what is your goal for learning English? Would you like to practice a certain skill, or just kind of have a general conversation?
The thing is, I am an English teacher here in Brazil, but my peers they told me that I should develop my accent.
Accent.
Yes, because there was one episode during this pandemic time. I had to record my classes in order
Hmm.
to my students watch because I teach kids from first to fifth graders. And one of my videos I was recording and I said goody instead of good. I said
Okay.
good morning. It's the Brazilian accent. We put this I sound at the end of the words. Like we don't say Facebook. We say Facebooky.
Hmm.
There is this sound at the end of the phrase that finish with consonants.
Hmm.
And I record the video. I didn't pay attention on this particular mistake, and I sent to my coordinator, and she replied to me like, "Oh, Bruno, your accent is so bad. You should practice."
Hmm. I understand. I think one of the problems with English accents is they're so diverse. Um, Australian is so much different from European English, which is so much different than South African English, which is way different from American English. So it depends which accent of English you want to learn or want to practice. Um, Unfortunately, I taught in Vietnam, and I always told my students, unfortunately, you have the American to teach you English because American English is awful.
Ah, I don't think so.
No, it's totally the worst because whereas British English, they like to pronounce all of the words. So, for example, what are you doing? American English will just throw all of those words together and it sounds like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Yes,
Because America is garbage.
I choose you as my professor because I saw you're from
Mhm.
Pittsburgh, right?
I'm from Pittsburgh.
Yes, I lived in Pittsburgh.
No shit.
But your poor cousin, Pittsburgh, Kansas, not Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh, Kansas. Yeah, I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
It's a little
Interesting.
different.
Tell me about your time in the Midwest in America.
It was quite interesting because I was studying at the university here in Brazil. I am graduated journalism, and
Mhm.
here we had this we call uh, I don't know if it's sister colleges or cousin colleges, whatever.
Mhm.
I could go to United States and study for 1 or 2 semesters for free. And I was studying with the one of my classmates. His father was the principal of the university. And he told me, did you know about this program? And I said, no, that's amazing. And he said, I'm going. Would you like to come with me? And I said, sure. But my English at that time was like very intermediate.
Mhm.
And I had to take the TOEFL test. And I
Oh.
took the TOEFL test. And I didn't have take the test before. Like it was my
Mhm.
first time, and I had only that schedule to make the one test before applying to the university. But the score was it was quite intermediate. They required 68, and my score was 68 exactly.
Hey, you passed, and that's what matters.
Yes, and then I went there. It was my first time uh, going abroad,
Hmm.
and we passed it through Dallas, but then just the airport. The airport in Dallas, it's huge.
I've been. It is a big airport.
Yes, like you have metros between the terminals. It's I was like, oh my God, where I am? Am I in a
Hmm.
city? I am in a small city? No, it's just the airport. And then I went to Kansas City,
Hmm.
which is in Missouri, not in
Kansas City,
Kansas.
Kansas or Missouri? Because there's two Kansas cities.
Right, in Missouri. And then we took a cab from Kansas
Mhm.
City to Pittsburgh. But when we arrived in Dallas, there was something funny that happened to me because I never went abroad and they put a stamp on my passport, on my
Mhm.
visa, like two sheets of paper. And I thought, oh, that's ugly. And I took it out. I have my visa, that's enough. And when I was in the immigration, the officer asked me, "Oh, your passport, please," and I gave it to him. And he asked, "Where is your DS 2019?" And I don't know. I have the visa. And no, you need the DS 2019 to get in the United States. I said, "Oh my God!" And I told him, if I have the visa, it's because I have the DS 2019. It's not here right now, but I have it. And
Mhm.
okay, so go to the FBI, talk to the officers. And when I arrived at the FBI, the federal agents, she started speaking Spanish with me. Uh,
Which you speak Portuguese.
yes, and please, English. I can speak
I'm gonna
Spanish.
say this, especially people in Texas, in the South of America, they're not, they just like, they don't really know which languages go with which country. Like I once had a friend, I was studying abroad in Italy, and he was from the South, and I was going to Switzerland, and he was like, "Do you even speak Swiss?" And I was like, "No, no, no, like they speak German in Switzerland." So yeah, Americans sometimes don't know which languages coordinate with which countries.
Yes, but I don't blame them because it's confusing.
It's
Brazil is
the
in the
South of
south.
America. You're the only country in South America that doesn't speak Spanish.
Yeah, then shame on me. That I should learn it. We are the only country. Like our neighbors speak Spanish and I don't. That's so bad. I should
Listen,
learn.
I currently live in Germany. I speak like very little German.
Hmm. And
So yeah, continue. You went
and
to
then
FBI.
I passed. They let, okay, that's good. So you have to write a letter to Washington D.C. and okay. Then we arrived in Kansas City and took a cab. During the cab ride to Pittsburgh, I pretended I was sleeping because I didn't want to talk. But
Been
when
there.
Yeah, but when I arrived in Pittsburgh, the people there was so kind to us, so friendly, and I felt like I was at home.
Good, good. Tell me about your university experience in the United States. What did you like about it?
It was the best time of my life because it's so different. For example, I decided to study journalism here in this specific university in Brazil
Mhm.
because my dream job was to produce wildlife documentaries.
Cool.
So
Super cool.
I really like broadcasting and recording, editing, and in this particular university, they have a TV studio, like well equipped. They have all
Hmm.
kinds of equipments, and I was studying there, and we never worked on that studio, and I was very disappointed.
Hmm.
On the other hand, in Pittsburgh, their TV studio was so poorly uh, with the equipments, but they had a TV show, a daily TV show. Like the students worked so hard to put that together, and the
Hmm.
teachers, and I was like amazed with all that. Like here we have the equipment, even like I live in a third world country, and we had
Hmm.
like this amazing TV studio, and in a first world country they have this so studio, but they put it to work.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, I will help you out because you did want to like cover your pronunciation.
Thank you.
Um, ed endings.
Mm.
Like you say worked
Mm-hmm.
or amazed, you don't say the ed part. You kind of just say it as if there's a d. So I worked. I was amazed. I tried. You don't. It's not ed, even though it's spelled like ed. It's just a d. So worked, amazed, tried, uh, flied. That will really help when sounding like a native speaker.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah. Other than that, your pronunciation is you speak very well.
Thank you.
No problem, man.
Yes, my mom, like she's here now. My mom lives in another state, and she's here for the holidays, and she's still here. And I told her I'm going to have an English class, and she's like, why don't you talk to your foreign friends? And I told her, they're just my foreign friends. They're doing other things. I need a teacher.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's. I'm in the same situation. My girlfriend is German. She speaks like She obviously she's a native German speaker. But when you're not a language teacher and you get questions as to why the language is like it is, you can't answer that. So it is nice to have a language teacher, someone that knows why language is the way it is in situations.
Yes, I had a student, and that was like when we're a teacher, we we have so many funny situations. We and uh, there was this guy from Canada, and the city I live, it's the skydiving center in Brazil. It's
No
the
way.
yes, but
Super cool.
yeah, but I never did it. I don't have the
Never
balls
too
to.
late.
No, it's not for me. So we have here skydiving and hot air balloons.
Hmm.
And this guy, he is from Canada, and he was developing a new kind of balloon ride. That it's a hot air balloon, but you have the engine, so you can steer the balloon. And
Cool.
yeah, so super cool. And then he had a partner, a Brazilian partner, but he didn't speak English, and the Canadian didn't speak Portuguese. And I was teaching both together in the same class, like one teaching Portuguese and another one English. But the problem is, I'm bad at Portuguese. I don't know the rules, I don't know the grammar. I know the grammar for English, but I don't know the
Hmm.
grammar for Portuguese.
You just know how to say it.
Yes,
Yeah,
and people misunderstand that. Like they think, oh, because you're an English teacher, you might know Portuguese very well, but I don't.
I understand. When I was studying to become an English teacher, and they were like teaching me all the rules of English, and I'm like, wow, my English is so bad because I break every single one of these rules all the time.
Yes. In Pittsburgh, I went to a to the movie theater,
Hmm.
and there was this play. It's play, right? And there was
Hmm.
this play.
What at a movie theater? There's a movie, and then at a theater, like if it's live, it's a play.
Yes, yes. So it was a theater, and there was this play, Shakespeare, Midnight
Hmm.
Summer Dream,
Hmm.
and I was like, I'm not understand at all because it's
I don't even
Shakespeare.
understand. I don't even understand that crap.
And and during plays they have the break in the middle of the
Hmm.
play, and I found some American friends, and they asked me, are you understanding what they say? And I said, of course, sure, why not? And they, wow, so your English must be amazing because I'm not understanding.
Oh yeah, it's kind of sad that in American schools when we start to read Shakespeare in like fifth and sixth grade, grade five, grade six, um, they give us a Shakespeare book that has modern English on the other side.
I see.
So we can so it's basically translated English.
Mm.
And then as we get older, then they like force us to just read the traditional English. But when we start, we get translations for Shakespeare because it's super difficult.
I can imagine because there is this famous Portuguese writer, Camões, and like it, on every school we have to read it. and it's very difficult because it's Portuguese from Portugal, and
Hmm.
it. I feel it's the same difference that from in British English and American English.
Hmm. Hmm.
Although I read British books.
Ah, I don't understand British English. I know it's proper English. I think what's funny about British English is that it's much more simplified version of English. Uh, and Americans kind of like we are excessive in our words. Like for example, they call it a lift, we call it an elevator.
Hmm.
Why can't we just call it a lift? That's so much easier to say.
There was a school here in my city, and the guy there he told like to the prospects like here I teach British English because if you speak British English, everyone on every corner of the world will understand you better than you learn American English. And a friend of mine that was studying there, I asked him, so tell me, how do you say trash can? And he said, a trash can. I said, so you're not learning British English because it should be like a rubbish bin,
Yeah, it's a bin.
not a trash can.
Yeah.
This is not
you,
British English.
you have a very good point. Yeah, I'm definitely curious to know how different traditional Portuguese from Brazilian Portuguese is, but I assume it's pretty different. There's some crossover, but
Nowadays is not like it apparently is not because economically and representatively Brazil is bigger than Portugal. Like we
Mhm.
have more presence in the world today than Portugal. And because of that, we made how can I say it in English? We made a rule for all the Portuguese speaking countries like Portugal, Brazil, Morocco. No, not Morocco. What? I don't remember. It's an African country.
Mhm.
And like all the rules of the Portuguese is unified, no matter where you
Mhm.
live. So we should speak and write all the same, but
Mhm.
obviously we don't.
Yeah. I don't. It's just kind of the evolution of language over a longer period of time. The more it changes, and yeah, yeah. I don't know any Portuguese, although I do listen to is his name Jorge Benjor?
Ah, yes.
Yeah, I listen to his music.
Mm-hmm.
Super
Yeah,
catchy.
it's very nice. I don't used to listen to him. I am big fan of Marilyn Manson.
Nice. All right. So you listen to like heavy metal kind of music?
Yes, I like to.
Right on. Tell me, is there a scene for heavy metal in Brazil?
Ah, we have Sepultura,
Mm-hmm.
the biggest Brazilian band of the the history of Brazilian music.
Is heavy metal.
Yeah, Sepultura is quite cool. My father used to. My father still has a band. He played the bass, but
I play the bass.
really,
Yeah, cool for your dad.
yeah, so nice. I play the guitar,
Excellent, excellent.
and
So continue.
my father he used to have a cover band of Kiss. My father used to be Gene Simons with the makeup, the costume, spitting
Your dad had
blood.
a Kiss cover band. That's awesome. That's one of the best things I've ever heard. How did you feel about that as a kid growing up and being like, yeah, my dad's a Gene Simmons cover band?
Yeah, like for me, my dad was Gene Simons, and I
Did
have
your friends know your dad is like Gene Simmons too?
yes, I post his photos a lot on social media because I like to brag about that. Like my father, he's so much more badass than all of you.
Yeah, right, right. So tell me, have you ever been in a band?
Oh yes. I used to have a new metal band, but it was nice. It was before I went to United States, and when I came back, I never had a band anymore. It's so sad.
Mhm.
My
Yeah, and
guitar.
it's hard with the pandemic to that you can't really like get together with people and just play.
There's that. Yes. Nowadays, I'm more into board games. I really like.
Interesting.
Yes, I really like. I like to play Magic the Gathering. I like to play the Dungeons and Dragons. This kind of nerd stuff.
That's amazing because I have wanted for the longest time to play Dungeons and Dragons.
It's so nice. You would love to.
Dude, I trust me, I would love D&D. Tell me what do you enjoy about D&D? What's
I
great about it?
I like because it's very immersive and because you are imagining situations
Hmm.
that are impossible in life and you can do whatever you want because the consequences is just a game,
Hmm.
but you can do like whatever you like. You just have to say it. Like, I want to ride an unicorn right now. What can I do to ride a unicorn?
Hmm.
Okay,
And
so
then you roll for it.
yes, and just that.
Interesting, interesting. Yeah, I would love to play D&D. I've never played, but I would love to play D&D.
Yeah, you should. I'm trying. I'm trying because I want to practice my English with native speakers. And because of the pandemic, I'm trying to find an online D&D group to play it.
Hmm.
And that will
Hmm.
be great because I will put myself in situations that I have to explain my actions and I have to understand the other people's actions.
Hmm.
That it will take like the simplest words, the simplest objects, and I doesn't even know how to say it.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I know that there's Reddit groups. If you know the website Reddit,
Yes.
there's r/looking for a group that you can kind of post, hey, I'm looking for a Dungeons and Dragons group. And I know that a lot of groups play on Discord and they use
Yes.
Roll20 and then they play on Discord. I've
Mm-hmm.
looked into this. I've not found a group yet, but I have looked into this because I would love to play D&D. Because I know that sometimes they take like 5 hours to complete
Mm-hmm.
a quest.
Yes, and sometimes even more.
Even more. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, do you and your friend, like when you play, do you have like a board with pieces? Like you have character pieces and dragon piece? Awesome.
Yes, a friend of mine, he's
Awesome.
like to handmade all the pieces.
That's super cool.
Yes, I
And
don't
he
have this kind of
paints them
skill.
all himself too.
I don't believe he's painting. I know he's painted like the room tiles,
Hmm.
but not the miniatures.
Hmm.
believe the miniatures he just printed out. It's like made of paper, of
Okay. Okay.
cardboard cutting. But the dungeon tiles he painted.
Interesting. I love board games as well. I love chess. I really like Settlers of Catan. If you've ever played that,
Yes, it's one of my favorites.
it's awesome. I don't even know. It doesn't seem like a very fun game when you first hear about it, but as soon as you play it,
Yes.
it's great. You just start yelling people about how much like sheep you have,
Yes.
which makes no sense, but it's great. It's great.
Yes,
Cool,
there
man.
one of the last board games that I bought. It's a Brazilian designer, but the game was developed and launched overwide. It's the name is Cartographers.
Cartographers.
And you
Aren't
have
those doesn't that translate to like map makers?
yes, and that's the game. You have to draw the map.
You just have to draw a map.
Yes, and you score points drawing the map.
That seems pretty simplistic, but at the same time, not.
Yes,
So you
totally.
just have to draw this map, and you get different cards. I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
You play against other people.
Yes, and you can play just by yourself to try to make a specific score.
So it's I see. Oh, okay. I'm kind of like there's math involved. I'm seeing.
No, no, not so
Hey,
much.
man, I'm gonna check out this game. But it was really nice talking to you.
Yes, we have only 20 seconds.
If you ever find an English D&D group that's looking for a player, let me know. I'll jump in.
All right, I'll let you
All
know.
right, all right, my friend. Stay safe, stay clean, keep washing your hands. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Cheers, brother.